Hello everybody, welcome to the Barnes Junior Friday Assembly online. It's good to be back, still in my office, but we're back at school. Still can't quite do assemblies in the hall, not allowed to be gathered in big groups like that. We're all in our little bubbles and keeping in our bubbles, which is great. But so I thought I'd do this assembly. It's the first one we've done this year. It's been really busy coming back. I haven't quite had time to do one yet. So here we go. The first one, probably we'll call it for the month of September. Eh? So if this is your first time watching this assembly, and there'll be lots of year threes where it might be, where have you been? Why didn't you watch the other ones that were posted in the summer? But never mind, it's too late now. So year threes, welcome to our school. You've been great. It's been great to have you around. It's great to get to know you. I think I know all of your names now. I'm pretty good. Keep testing me though, won't you? What happens is I'll do a little bit of a story, a little bit of a quiz. We'll do certificates, celebration certificates that the teachers have nominated a child from each class. Back in the spring and summer, it was the parents that were nominated, wasn't it? Which was great because we got all sorts of wild and wonderful nominations, like for learning to ride a bike, or somebody who tidied their room really well, and things like that. It was great. People who cooked great cakes. But now it's the teachers that are deciding. So I'm sure they'll come up with some exciting ideas as well. And then we'll do a song, and I'm really excited about the song that I'm going to be singing this week. Wonder if you can guess what it is. So, we'll start off with a story, and I usually try and do something that links with the time of year or what's going on in the world. There's not many nice things going on in the world still, is there? But I've chosen a story about somebody whose birthday it would have been tomorrow, or Friday, sorry. And on the 2nd of October, and that person came from this country. Can you recognise the country from its flag? That's right, it is India. And the person we're talking about, when they were younger, looked a bit like that. And they're a student, perhaps. That's what they look like. Do you recognise this person, this famous Indian person? Who is it? Well, you might recognise him more. This is more of a famous picture that looks like that. Any ideas now? Well, is of course Mahatma Gandhi, who was born in Western India on the 2nd of October 1869. Now here's his story. In 1858, after a vicious rebellion, the British Army seized control of India. They brought some good things with them, like medicine and railways, but they also shot innocent Indians and caused millions to die from starvation. 30 years later, a 19-year-old man called Mahatma Gandhi travelled to England to study law. With his degree, he got a job and was sent with his family to work in South Africa. Gandhi was shocked by the racism in South Africa. One day he was beaten up and thrown off a train for refusing to give up his seat to a white person. This treatment led Gandhi to come up with a new type of action called Satyagraha. Satyagraha means truth force, and using it means never allowing violence and only speaking the truth. Very good rules for our school. According to Gandhi, non-violence isn't being afraid to fight, it's just a different type of fighting. It's fighting with the heart and mind. It's fighting by refusing to hide, run or attack with weapons. Back in India, Gandhi taught his compatriots about this new tactic, and they took it up to fight back against the British. They used protests, stopped buying British things, and ignored British laws that told them what they could and couldn't do. In one protest, huge numbers of Indians turned out, quietly opposing the people who were ruling them. When they were arrested, they peacefully went to jail, and more people took their places. Eventually the jails were so full, everyone had to be released. Finally, In 1947, India gained its independence and the British sailed home. So Gandhi, who you probably recognise again from that sort of picture, wearing some very simple and poor clothes to show that he was the equal of everybody. He had some very, very strong views, but he didn't go fighting people about it. He did it very, very peacefully, telling the truth and being non-violent. I think that's some really good lessons that we can all learn about that, especially in this very, very tricky time that we're in at the minute. But to be quite honest, it's been an absolute delight having people at school. And, you know, we've seen people just being lovely and honest and truthful and kind towards everybody else. And I think that'll be reflected in our certificates this week. So I shall find my certificates, which I seem to have temporarily lost. Oh, they're up here. That was a bit of a worry. I wondered where I'd put them. So here we go. So we're going to start with Year 3, and I've asked all the teachers to give me a reason why they've chosen this person, and usually we'd go to the teacher and they'd give us a long explanation about that person, but they've had to write it down for me to say now. So in 3KA, you're the first class. From your class, this is what it says. Miss Appleton says, my nomination for Friday is the most smiley and happy girl I've met. Wow. She comes in on a morning with a lovely smile and instantly puts me in a good mood for the day. She gives 100% to whatever she is doing. Even when she finds it tricky, she has determination and completes everything she encounters with enthusiasm. I would be happy to have a class of Lolas, and it's Lola Kotty-Goran. So Lola, congratulations to you, Lola CG, from 3KA. You are our first Year 3 certificate winner. We do a big round of applause at the end. From 3CS, Mrs. Stubbs just says this person is a good friend, and that is Ishak in 3CS. Well done, Ishak. There's your certificates. These will be coming round to your classrooms sometime on Friday. Mrs. Hunter's class. She has said this person is an excellent role model. And that phrase is used quite a bit in our assemblies. She is always ready, organised, and puts 100% into every lesson. She's also starting to ask for help when she is unsure, which is great. And that person is Enola. Well done, Enola, from 3CH. Year 3s. Brilliant. What can I say? I'm sure it could have been just about every single one of you that could have deserved that. Year 4, you know what's happening here, Year 4s. We've got Miss Akhtar's class, who says this person has a very mature approach to Year 4. So, old beyond their years, well done, and working really hard, and that is Esme in 4TA. Well done, Esme. And then we've got 4KL. Now 4KL, you wouldn't have been into watching Assembly today, would you? You're all self-isolating, so hopefully you'll be able to watch this at home. We'll put it on a link on that class dojo that you're using, right? But Mrs. Laidler's still got a nomination, and she's used a very posh word here. So this person has a myriad, M-Y-R-I-A-D, myriad of mathematical vocabulary. I think myriad just means massive amounts, loads and loads and loads, just infinite amounts of wonderful mathematical vocabulary, and that is Freddie T from 4KL. Well done you, excellent work. Bet you're working hard at home still. From 4JML, this person has had a fantastic start to the year, nothing else to be said. That is Lexi M from 4JML. Well done. And I did have one for 4TA, and now I can't see it. But 4TA, yours, I've done 4TA. I've done them all. We'll move on to Year 5. Right. Year 5, Miss Cortenton's class. Simple. Fantastic attitude. Simple. ONC. Congratulations. Bit more complicated. 5HM. Mrs. March says, my nomination is blank. Her positivity, amazing attitude and her willingness to always help others. She is an absolute joy to have in the class, and I couldn't ask for more for amazing attitude. It is Amelia G from 5HM. Well done, Amelia. I would agree with Mrs. March on this one. And then from 5RL, somebody... Fantastic work ethic, tried hard in every lesson since starting year 5. He takes on any advice given to help improve his work and is always willing to challenge himself, and that is Oliver J from 5RL. Well done to you. On to our year 6s. We've got 4 year 6 classes, and this one is nominated by Mrs. Kane, who... I find the right sheet that I need to remind me what she said. Oh yes, dead simple. Brilliant attitude to year 6. Superb. Max H, that's for you. Congratulations. Simple as. Also very simple. 6GW. Ever since this boy has started in year 6, he has had an excellent attitude to learning, especially in maths, and that is Liam R. Congratulations, Liam R. from 6GW. Then from 6JL, first achiever of the year from there is for somebody who is so motivated and hardworking and always has a smile on his face and his hand in the air to answer questions. What a role model for year 6 that is. Joel J in year 6. Well done, fantastic. Always with a smile on his face, works really, really hard. And last but not least in year 6 from Miss Irons, 6KI, a year 6 superstar really. A super start to year 6. She always gives 100% in her work and always participates in lessons and has a wonderful mature attitude. She is a kind friend and a sporting superstar in PE. She has had a truly fantastic start to year 6. Amelia T. I can see she's a sporting superstar. I've seen her running in the yard with a massive great big smile on her face every single day. What a superstar she is. Well done to all of you. Round of applause. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Hold on a minute though. One thing is that it's got disturbed then by Mrs. Lennox. Oh well, that's live assemblies for you. One new thing is that I've got a new award for this year, and that is the we're going to call it the Heads Pick. I can't think of a better name at the minute, but this is one that Mrs. Scott and I get our heads together. See, Heads Pick, because I'm the head teacher, she's the deputy head, so Heads Pick, and we're picking somebody to be our choice. We never get a choice really, so we're going to have a choice this year, we've decided. We're going to choose a different year each time we do an assembly, and so we've chosen our lovely new year 3s for this time, and this is to Emily S from 3K8. You've been our Heads Pick. We did know you a little bit beforehand, Emily, because you came, you were in our building a little bit during lockdown, weren't you? But you've had a great start to the juniors, and you've been very confident and smiley and happy, and you've got on with life really, really well, so we're dead impressed with you. So Emily S, you have got the extra one, the first ever Heads Pick. How about that? Congratulations. That is a round of applause to all our certificate winners. That's how it would work. Right, then there are other certificates that we give out, and we've got pen licences. Now, you have to just be really good at handwriting, really smart and neat. See if you've earned your pen licence over a number of times of being checked. But this week it's 3 year 3s, which I'm amazed about. You'll get your pens delivered, you'll get these certificates. You can use pens in your work, fantastic. So we've got Felix M from 3KA, you're our first ever Year 3 pen licence winner. We've got Sophia C from 3CS, you as well, you're number 2. And number 3, Thomas J, congratulations. Fantastic, well done. Pen licence winners. Mrs. Scott loves handing those pens out. So, that's pretty much it. That's our certificates done. We've done a story. The one last thing we've got to do is a song. And, well, you're not really supposed to sing along. This is one of my favourite songs, and I think you know why it's one of my favourite songs. Autumn days when the grass is jewelled and the silk inside a chestnut shell, jet planes meeting in the air to be refueled, all the things I love so well, so I mustn't forget, no I mustn't forget, to say a great big thank you, I mustn't forget, clouds that look familiar faces and a winter's moon with frosted rings, smell of bacon as I fasten up my laces, and the song the milkman sings, so mustn't forget, no I mustn't forget, to say a great big thank you, I mustn't forget, whipped up spray that is rainbow scattered and a swallow curving in the sky, shoes so comfy that they're worn out and they're battered, and the taste of apple pie, so I mustn't forget, no I mustn't forget, to say a great big thank you, I mustn't forget, scent of guns when the rain's been falling and a minnow darted down the stream, picked up engine that's been stuttering and stalling, and a wait for my home team, please, so I mustn't forget, no I mustn't forget, to say a great big thank you, I mustn't forget. There you go, Autumn Days, my favourite assembly song ever, 100%. Autumn Days, getting a bit autumny, isn't it? A bit windy, a bit chilly, but it's great. Good to be back. See you another time. Bye.